We're back, baby. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Joy Evans.
That's because it's been a while since we've done a live thing. I know breakfast was live. Forgive me. But we're back.
Well, these three have not. We've
Everyone's
been
back now.
slumming it.
Not
really. Not at all.
We were at Dice Tower West last week, but now we're back talking about Crowdsurfing, which is what this show is. About Kickstarter, Gamefound, and I looked at Backerkit, but there was nothing.
Indiegogo?
I still don't look there.
I will also say Kickstarter's changed their format a little bit where I thought I was looking at some Backerkit or Indiegogo. Their formatting has changed a little bit. Yeah.
You know, I don't know why I'm saying this. Literally the first thing here is Backerkit, so I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, you know what though? Whatever they change makes their website on a load slower.
Is that what it was?
My Kickstarter pages are loading way slower.
Oh, I clicked the wrong thing like 4 times trying to find out the creators' past projects and stuff like that. Just like my typical habit took me to the wrong.
They're the only ones
hard for us to find Kickstarter.
I have to use Chrome because Safari will only load 2 at a time.
Join us with Chrome. Why is not everyone using
Safari.
Chrome?
I use Chrome for work.
Chrome right now.
I use Chrome for work, so I don't want it to mess my personal stuff up, which is all in Safari.
Chrome kills all other browsers.
I agree. Still on Internet Explorer.
I don't like the apps.
Firefox still around, right?
I was a big Firefox fan.
Same here.
For a while.
There's a logo, right?
All right, folks, our show here is sponsored by Gamefound. So let's take a look at one of the projects going on right now. Today we're taking a look at Blasphemous, the board game. Blasphemous, the board game, is a competitive game here for 1 to 4 players based on the Metroidvania game Blasphemous that takes place in a dark world Custodia. And in this game, you're going to go through this platforming game, and that's the video game, fighting bosses and different monsters. And this board game is a recreation of that. So in this Gamefound project, they actually show a lot of times how they used the different images from this video game and turned them into miniatures and pieces and art in the board game. So the main bundle here, you can get the core box, stretch goals box, and the Pentiment 1 box, although there's even more stuff that you can get if you want to. So looking here at the board, you can see the dark and captivating world of Custodia, and there's different locations and hidden secrets, and then you're going to be fighting various monsters. Although some monsters a direct approach might not be the best way to take that boss out. Here are your boards that you're going to keep track of everything you have on it. So this is on Gamefound right now. And if you want to play this video game as a board game, reimagined as a board game in this dark and fearsome world, then check out Blasphemous, the board game on Gamefound right now. Alrighty, I did mention at the beginning Dice Tower West.
Yes.
And it was fantastic. We had a great time.
What's
you
next?
might be... Shut up. Don't
You're ruining it, Joey.
To say, if you feel like you missed out.
You did.
You
Have
did,
no
first
fear.
of all. You did.
Still, tickets for Dice Tower East are available.
What?
Yes.
This is crazy.
I know.
It's called a segue.
It was going to just be a briefer comment. You really dragged it out now. All right, so let's jump into some projects. Here we go. First, we have our Backerkit project, which is not even a board game, so it doesn't count. But it is very board game adjacent. Terraforming Mars, the official tabletop role-playing game, which, in case you were worried, it funded in 5 minutes.
Oh, good to know. It's got to be legit then.
Especially since they needed 9,000. If you're going to put a low thing of 9,000, don't brag that you fund it in 5 minutes.
Right.
Dweebs.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it does have a
They're
lot
doing
of
well, though.
backers. This, oddly enough, does not appeal to me at all.
No, me either.
I did think it was interesting that they're taking it through the entire terraforming process. So it's over like multiple generations. So through this RPG, you're going to have multiple characters that you're taking through. So you're taking it from the red planet we know to a fully terraformed atmosphere and everything. So I think that was the most interesting standout part to me was how many different characters you're going to play through this in your session, your game of this.
Guys?
You know?
Like, are the bad guys just big oil barons?
No, I think the bad guys would be the world, the planet that's trying to kill you, right?
That's anti-Mars. I don't think.
I don't know.
Okay. No. But I mean, like, your Terraforming Mars is like, it's like, I don't know if you guys have seen the terrible movie Red Planet.
No.
Where they were trying to terraform. It was. Anyway.
That was the potato one. No, it's Martian.
It could. What's the thing,
No,
though?
that's a good one, though.
I like Terraforming Mars as a board game because it's very much like, hey, this could really happen.
Yeah.
As a role-playing game, I'm less interested because this could really happen. I do role-playing games to be fantastical, whether it's fantasy, horror, sci-fi,
Yeah.
whatever. It's something fantastic, and I'm trying to figure out if this is like today, guys. We're going to figure out how to build that farm.
Yeah.
And we'll be like, wee.
You also have to not play with people who are like smarter than you or take it too seriously, because I can see them be like, well, actually, that couldn't actually happen. Like, we're not actually trying to terraform Mars here, guys.
There is a dice set.
But I will say, I agree with the comments that a legacy game is the one that I think I would be excited about. You know, because like that makes sense.
They have not announced Terraforming Mars Legacy, have they?
Wait, announced?
Wait,
what
but
do you
it's
mean?
there? What do you mean? What?
I had like a dream that they've announced it. No, this is not
News
a
drop.
thing. No,
Heard it
because
here
if
first.
they were going to do Terraforming Mars Legacy, they could have did it 6 years ago. You know?
Right. That would be great, though. I mean, that would be, like you said, it goes through ages. How cool would that be? You have so many iterations you can do.
I agree. Maybe this is more interesting than I'm giving it credit for.
Yeah.
The art's better than the board game.
It looks fantastic. I really like the aesthetics of this one.
And again, maybe it's more interesting if you do zoom in and there's gangs on the streets that you're dealing with. I don't know. This is not appealing to me other than it's adjacent to a board game.
I was telling Chris, my brain is only so finite where I want one RPG at a time. Like, I'm focusing on the one we're doing. I'm like, I can't fit all these rules.
Well, it's such a
People
lifestyle.
jump from one to the other. They don't
Really?
They're not playing 3 a week in Unimary. They'll be like, for the next 3 months, we're going to play this one.
Right.
Then we'll jump to
That's
another
true.
one.
Yeah, it
That's
does
true.
seem to be more longer commitment like that. You know, more of a lifestyle, but it might not be the only one they do. Yeah.
All right, let's go now to Gamefound and take a look at Nanty Narking, The Rise of Cthulhu.
It took me a long time to figure out this was an expansion.
This one, I had just played this game because this is Discworld with a different IP.
Right, so Nanty Narking is a remake of Martin Wallace's Discworld game.
Right, which they could no longer
With
get
a
that.
much less interesting theme. I mean, Nanty Narking died hard.
Wait, I meant the person. I was like, this. based on
Although I
someone?
guess enough backers, if you throw Cthulhu in the mix,
Right.
people are back in.
This really changes the game, like the feeling that I got out of playing it.
It is really funny on that, though, because I feel like zombies, Cthulhu is one of those themes where people are like, I'm so over it. I don't want another game. But yeah, I get that. But like, if you look at the backers and stuff, like it still pulls people in.
It does. This now is, I didn't see it here, but Nanty Narkin, I got flack for saying it the wrong way. But is this an IP before they made it? Is it based on a book? I don't know.
Oh, here's what it says. What is Nanty Narking?
Oh.
It says it's a Victorian that reintroduces Martin Wallace's well-known bestseller. Well,
So no,
says it's in
then?
the world of Dickens and Doyle's literature, so maybe not.
Oh, okay. Might be.
Dickens and Doyle's literature? You both wrote about it?
Sir Conan Doyle.
Well, yeah, I knew them. But I didn't know if
okay.
they co-op. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, it's, I mean, first of all, I don't know if you agree, they always had better components than Discworld.
Sure. At Discworld, if you've ever played it, in Discworld, you're kind of a different persona trying to get things, and everyone was very similar. Like, your goal might be control that area, his goal might be control that area.
Yeah.
And there might have been 1 or 2 people who were different.
Okay.
Nanty Narking made them more different, and its expansion will do more than that. Wow, those horse guard pictures, that's not a good picture because it looks like the human is part of the horse.
Right.
It's a very small human, too. Or a very small
Yeah, I don't know if
horse.
that's a bad rendering or are the minis actually
I
that
think it's just
bad,
because
you
it's
know?
red.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, but no, it did seem interesting though. Again, not having played Nancy Narking, how everybody, you get your roll at the beginning and it has your different win condition.
Yeah,
What?
and what I found interesting, too,
He said Nancy.
with
Nanty?
It's
Nanty
It's so
Narking.
easy to make
I
the
nailed
mistake.
Narking
It
though. That's
is.
what I was focused on. I was like, Narking.
It's like what I did to about my brothers. Mom.
Which it's interesting because like you get those different year in game, but you can figure out other people's by seeing what they do. There's not like so many,
Right.
but you could be like, okay, they're going for this.
Yeah. How many does come in it? Did it say in the what comes in the box? How many?
Oh, how many different things? Oh,
Yeah,
what's
how
in
many
the box?
different?
It's not a bad price either.
Well, this is the expansion box, so 4 more player boards. So
But
Cthulhu has a hand of 6.
I do like the idea.
Pastor,
yeah.
Yogg, Shabath,
Dog
and then
that one wasn't one I was aware of.
I know the name. I just can't ever say it properly, so I don't try. Ooh,
I love that guy.
That's freaky.
See that in your
Ooh,
peephole
I
when you
like
look out,
that.
somebody knocks.
Then you don't answer the door, Joe.
No, well, I'd still
right.
answer. Don't be rude.
Dionysia, a Greek tragedy in your pocket. And I know what they're trying to say here. I know what they're trying to say.
But maybe that shouldn't have passed the board.
Maybe they should have just said a pocket Greek tragedy.
Yeah.
You know, when they brought that up, there was one guy who was like, and the guy next to him was like, no, shh,
Just let it go.
let him do it.
Yeah.
He's on a roll.
All right, this is from Jason Tagmeyer, and this is another the small
Button shy
little
style.
Yeah.
little games here, and I gotta say I like the look of this one a lot. That this has the look of obviously an ancient Greek look, but it reminds me of the Hercules.
I was gonna say it looks like Hercules.
The Hercules movie.
Yeah.
Yep,
at
on the
very
pottery.
beginning, on the pottery.
Yep, 100%. Yeah.
right.
This seemed like a pretty simple drafting game.
Yeah, you
right?
just
You
kinda
draw a
make
card
your-
from the ones in the middle, you play it in your tableau. You do that 9 times and make 3 groups of 3 and you score.
This is always one of those, these are so easy to print, 18 cards.
This is only 2 players, right? Yeah.
I think is it 1 or 2? I thought
It's got to be 2 because if you're going to get 9 cards.
yeah, I thought it was
and
1
there's
or
only
2. Maybe it is
18.
only 2.
Oh, 1 or 2, right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Still, that makes me happy. I like that
Yeah.
concept a lot.
I do too.
I feel like I might like this one.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
they're little puzzle games. There's some that you like really like. I look at this one. It looks simple, looks easy, looks fun.
It looks super clean, yeah. Super
the
basic in a good way, like very streamlined, yeah.
Yeah, I like
2
that.
points if this is the key scene, 1 for every of this in Act 1. I just like that a lot.
Yeah, and I like that building your own scoring, I guess, mechanism.
Yeah, I do
You
too.
know, I like that.
All right.
Cool.
1807, the Big Four.
The big foe.
What if merged railway companies merge? Is a question most people don't ask.
No, I didn't. I had to read it a couple times to figure it out.
So
I'm not
this is.
definitely not going to ask it.
I like this. This is a good way to sell me on a game. If you think 1861 is a challenge, try this. It's like,
Too easy?
but no. But I get it. I mean, obviously, people love 18xx games. This is for you. This is an 18xx veteran. If you're new, here's 18xx for dummies.
Okay.
18xx, if you've never seen it, is
It's gorgeous.
is a bunch of games where they say 18 and then a number after them, so 1856 or whatever, and they all play very similarly. They are railway games where you are both buying stock and putting track out. They all look like this. In fact, I at Dice Star West, I came across some people playing one
Oh.
under plexiglass that someone had brought with them.
Oh.
Really?
Wow.
Well, no,
okay.
people. I mean, it's a. They're usually 4 hours or so, and the people who love them love them.
Oh, no, and I
do.
can definitely see that being a con game. I mean, we just talked about our top 10 con games. If I was into 18xx, I could see that being like, finally, I can get together with a group that wants to commit 4 to 5 hours to this. And so I think it's really cool.
And there's all the other ones. Some of these are in a Dice Tower library, but I stopped adding 18 games because I figured 4 or 5 would be enough.
I agree.
I thought they all had numbers. They don't.
No, this is 18
Oh.
a little bit. That's
We'll put mag expansion.
and not all. Take this. There's at least a couple that don't start with 18. I think they're like 19 something.
Let's go back to that 18xx for dummies.
There's
I need to watch that
18xx
again.
Super Trump game. I don't know what that means. It says you need anyway.
$9.
Anyway, if you like it, check it out. These guys are obviously big 18x players. This guy has been playing a design game since the 80s.
1880s.
So,
Rude.
yes. Suriya, an asymmetrical deck war building game with a 5-minute setup and a 10-minute learning curve.
Okay, 10-minute
What's a
learning
10-minute
curve.
What is
Okay,
a 10-minute learning
so
curve?
The how to play video is 22 minutes. Which I'm like,
But
if
10
I
minutes in, you go, got it.
Got it.
I
No,
was
well,
like, I would
how to
lean
play
into
videos
that.
are usually horrifically long, first of all. But no, I actually really liked that 5-minute setup and 10
do
minutes
too.
learn to play because it's a better way to say, learn in a minute, lifetime to master. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I like that. That's kind of
That's
what
the
they're
same.
implying. Obviously, a little bit longer than that, but it's not as catchphrasey or trite as that.
Right. I mean, really, it looks like there's not much setup because you bring out the tiles as you make the map.
Right.
You're just getting income, buying people, attacking each other.
Yeah.
It looks good. I mean,
It was kind of giving me like Nexus Ops vibes from how the board looked, right? You know, and because you can attack people next to you as you're going out, and you're and now this one has it's more going on. You're mining resources, but you have your little hidden board where you're selecting an action card and you're mining and going out and fighting. And
what else have these guys done?
Oh, their other one was very, very different.
How do I find it? I have to click twice now? Twice?
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Barbaric. That's what it was. Yeah, which
we have Barbaric.
but
We've been looking at that game for a while.
Right.
We've got all 3 Barbarics. They've all been like divvied up.
Has anyone played it yet?
No.
I think Mike has.
Oh, Mike.
Okay, because 4 of us were looking at it. No
right.
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot.
Yes, they make good-looking games, but we don't know if they're.
Okay, you know what? That actually makes me feel better because I was. Oh, I see creators a tab.
Yeah,
now.
so you can't X out of that tab or else it messes you up.
I know the quality is good because I've seen the quality of the miniatures in that last one.
Really
they're
good.
Amazing.
Production was on point.
I was trying to figure out how necessary the miniatures are, and that is a problem. I noticed. What's the one we were just talking about? Barbaric. Barbaric has a miniature as big as this microphone in each box.
I like that.
And I think you fight it. I know, but those boxes could have been smaller.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
It's a lot.
I'm wondering how important. This is a deck building game. How important are all these miniatures? I need 152. Is this box going to be as big as those?
Well, that's why I'm liking seeing this trend in some games where like your character would be a mini, but everything else is acrylic standees or something like that. Or the big boss you're going to fight one time is going to be a big standee, something like that. So I don't know.
Super cool though. And the art,
good.
I'm really, especially when you do art like this where it's also a panorama.
Amazing.
Oh, I love that.
I'm super happy with that.
Yeah.
And that underwater thing being tinted all blue like that.
Yeah.
Let's find another faction, or they don't have one. There's all these
Nothing else is
good.
day unlocks.
That one looks cool.
Factions are so different.
Humans are boring. You never want to play humans.
But they get +1 in every stat.
Yeah, but look at those. They got mechs. Yes,
they do
I
have mechs. Humans are. We're back in on
please.
humans.
I'm all in on the humans.
Let's
Because
take a look
we
at the
innovate.
humans panorama.
Oh, I like that one.
Oh, Halo called. They're going to sue you.
That's a little.
Ooh.
How low? Look at
that. Was that say Scarab? Oh.
Yep, Scarab.
Okay.
Let's find there.
Don't love that font.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh. All right. Never mind. I don't like the humans anymore.
Oh.
That's definitely not Cthulhu. That is Karner.
Yeah, that's.
It's like a Beholder and Cthulhu in one.
Which is the way everything should be.
Oh, wait. These are the guys I like. They don't wear suits. They are the suits.
Oh, it's Independence Day, isn't it?
Okay, why are you a buzzkill? What
Because
happened to you in life?
really
What
like
happened
this.
to you in
what?
life,
No.
huh?
Not everything is something
Right.
Okay,
Do you need to go back to
this
Dice
is
Tower West?
100% unique.
Okay.
else. All right, anyway, that is.
Looks good.
Yeah, what is the game called again?
Suriya. Suri?
No, you're almost there.
Suriya.
Suriya.
All right.
First time.
Long
Next.
as each remember. Hey.
So we make fun of Queen games a lot here, and we will continue to do so. But this particular one is doing better than most because it is an expansion. They've done the City Collection games, and I think it's clear at this point that Marrakesh is the most popular game to come out of that so far. Yeah. I know this because they've remade it 3 times, and this is the second expansion, and the expansion's doing this well.
Talking
So
about
that's
having
a good thing.
Talking about having no idea where to start, though. I'm like, I don't. I mean, obviously this is an expansion, but it's like, get a base box. Which base box? Like, I don't know. I feel so lost on anything with Queen right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you want, you can get the base game, right?
Right.
Oh,
I
and then of course you can order every other one of their games on the sides here. Too. Actually, only 4.
Which just complicates it.
And the first one.
And even Chris says it's ugly.
And Chris
He's over
plays
there
a lot of
whispering
ugly
quite
games.
loudly.
All right, so 817 people backed the expansion. 71 want both expansions.
And
3 want the base game. 2 want the deluxe. So most people here are not getting the base game. Most people are getting just the expansion.
Huh.
That's interesting. I thought there'd be more expansion plus base game.
They have that big black box in there. Do all these fit into that, or no? This is on
It's
top
a little
of that.
confusing. These big boxes here were not made for future expansions, unless they just added that one and on this one. Marrakesh, no, they just did. Never mind. Yes, I'm assuming so. This is the deluxe edition.
Okay, so that's okay.
I think. Again, it feels more obtuse than I have time to go into to figure out the difference between all these editions. That being said, I'm actually thinking I might play this year Marrakesh since there are so many expansions too, but it seems to be doing the best of all of them.
Yeah.
Also, I think it has a cube tower, so I should probably try it.
Okay.
All right. Spokes.
Okay.
This
one.
Before you knock on it or say anything negative, or you're not?
I'm not.
Okay.
You are too.
No.
I like, right off the top, I like this picture. It makes me want to see the rest of the project. Spokes is a great name for a game. Okay, that's all I want to say before.
The game looks very interesting. You're around that little board, and then whatever you end up, you're going to trade that spoke, and you can kind of race according to the color you just dropped.
Right.
I think it's like a little cute
Did we
little
see
puzzle
this at a
game.
con somewhere?
We've seen it somewhere. I don't know if it's advertising, if it's something Mark has covered. I don't know, but it was familiar to me too. No, I'm with you, Joey. I thought it was interesting. I think it's very abstracted gameplay, very much.
Yes, yeah, big time.
Yeah, looking at the artwork, I definitely expected more of a theme of a racing game, and then you look at the board, it's like, oh, you're track making.
Yeah.
You know, like you move your cube around, you get that spoke color, you put it on the board, and you go as far as you want on that color that you just played.
It looks
so
really
you place
cute.
green, you can go however long you can make a track with the green.
The game looks boring to me.
It does. That to me, I think at the end it comes down to it looks like a really abstract
Neither
game.
of you are cyclists like me.
Right.
Oh,
if I was a cyclist,
you do
I
know.
would definitely know that you take a spoke out of your tire. That would then allow you to go on green paths.
Yep.
yes.
It definitely helps build the roads.
I have a Schwinn.
You really were waiting for us to shut up so you could just make your joke.
I know a brand of bikes. I'm pretty happy about that. No, I don't know. It's a cute little puzzle game, and I would play it.
I think this is their styles. Look at their other games. This is the kind of game they make. Radical.
Oh, okay.
You played the Die of the Dead. I think I played that
I
one.
did. Unfortunately, Die of the Dead. Super interesting idea. Game was okay.
Right. They had little coffins, though, which is pretty
They had
Oh,
cool.
was
coffins.
that
It was
one?
cool. You
Oh,
shot the dice
wow.
in them. I'm not arguing that. That was cool.
I
It
thought
was
it was
cool.
a cool component-wise, but the game was
It was
okay, right? Like,
Yeah.
fine. Like,
It was like very Day of the Dead.
yeah.
It's really good.
Falling. So Falling is a game that I am just consistently intrigued by its cover, where apparently this giant thing is falling from the sky.
Giant tower.
Giant tower. That whoever built that tower, I don't know how they didn't guess that it was going to fall.
No, that
It feels like that was like a foregone conclusion.
they step back and they're like, perfect.
I'll say I really like the art on the cover, but I don't like the composition of the color or the cover. I don't know if it's the big blue border or what, but that frame, I guess, makes it look really old. Like just at a cursory glance, I was like, ugh.
Oh,
and
no,
then
no,
I
I
started looking
agree.
at the picture and I was like, oh, this is really interesting as I saw more of the artwork and that kind of stuff. I really like the mechanism of this, if that tower is falling. And so you're going out there and planting your devices that will reap you income when they fall off.
Right.
So you're placing that out and then like literally you're taking a piece of this tower off as it's falling and sinking in order to generate your income and ultimately points. I think that cycle, that mechanism was really cool. I mean, I really like we also saw it in, I can't think of the name of the game now,
Clover.
Nope, that's the name of the place on the cruise, Solarium. Anyway, there's another game that does that, where it's the moving board that I really like. I'm tired. Don't look at me like that.
I like this. I wish it didn't look so anime-esque, but also not new anime.
Yeah.
But the mechanisms sound good. It almost looks like a Rio Grande game.
The cover looked like Gnar to me. I was like, oh, is it a new Gnar? I don't know
Oh,
why.
interesting. Okay.
Anyway, it's definitely one I would like to try out when it comes out.
Yeah.
What is going on in that picture?
Ninja Turtles are going,
I don't know.
They just squeezed his neck.
I mean,
Yeah,
why
Is he
not?
dead? Because he's saying
Dead.
skull.
Yeah. Does that mean I wish I was dead or I am dead?
Who knows?
I don't know.
All right, Blasphemous, the board game. We opened up our video with me showing an overview of this one. This one is based on a video game I've not played. I went and looked it up, and they said Metrovania, which immediately makes me go,
oh, yes.
because I like Metrovania.
Say more.
Metrovania is a name that people use to say Metroid games and Castlevania. Basically, you run around, you can go anywhere you want, not any direction, then you find power-ups that might let you go somewhere you couldn't go before. And you fight enemies.
It's wonderful.
It is
So like Mario?
terrific. No, because
I'm gonna ask you to
Mario
leave.
is always you just
leave.
keep going.
No, make her leave.
No, because you can find a tunnel.
Wow,
No,
nerd.
because you find a tunnel to go down. That's somewhere you didn't know you could go.
Sure, but in these you can go back usually. Mario might not be able to go back.
Oh, I
it
see.
runs your level. So
Okay.
oftentimes in Metroidvania, the whole thing is just one gigantic stage.
Yeah.
Got
you just keep going forever.
it. I think I've played one of those.
They're fun.
That's good.
I've not
Interesting.
played this one, so I don't know. I will say that of all the things about this, the theme, I want to be clear, the theme of this game has negative appeal to me. I'm not
Right, I
interested in
agree.
it at all.
Pretty dark, right?
But the minis, number one, and number two, dice forging.
That's the thing. I like dice forging, and I also really like how the board looks.
Yes.
It's a clear,
Yeah.
easily understood board. I was like, yes, all boards should look this good.
It kind of made me think of, not exactly, but like Iridia, how you will use the board to
You're
move.
going to use Iridia all year, aren't you?
I'm so
Oh
gonna
my
use
gosh,
it. It's
everything.
like that's the pinnacle. But you use the move map to move around, but then you jump to an arena for the battles.
Okay,
you know?
right.
So it's, I don't know. It has
It's like this is the world and this is the zoom in.
Right,
You know, that you
right.
go to. Yeah. No, I think the board is really, really clean. It definitely left me intrigued by the video game, but also kind of felt like I was left behind in the board game because I didn't have that knowledge. I like
Yeah.
it, like Slay the Spire. I know when it came out, like I was like, I don't know the video game, and I didn't feel like I had to, you know. So I didn't quite get this one. I did feel like I was missing a piece of the thematic puzzle here, not having that
Yeah,
background.
me too. I haven't never played the game, but I like the idea of it. And again,
Yeah.
dice forging, I love dice forging, but normally that's the main mechanic. Here it's one of many.
Right. I like
which
it.
intrigues me.
I hope it works because you're taking off the faces of the dice. It's not like in Tidal Blades or something like that where you're upgrading the dice. You were literally changing the dice on this one, right?
Yes.
Like popping a face on and putting a new one.
Yeah.
I love the idea if it works.
Also, if
You know.
you get to do it often,
Yeah.
if it's after 3 missions, you may change one face of one die. I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh. And then when you do that, guaranteed, you change it, and then you will roll that die 30 times,
and not
and
yes.
you'll never get
Never
that
get
side.
it. But I mean, like if you roll these dice, I mean, are the sides staying on, or other side of that? Is it too hard to get off that you feel like you know, are going to break it every time you have to pull
Right.
a side off? There's a really happy, very slim middle ground between those two extremes. So
Yeah.
I hope so.
Fame and Fable, a fantasy board game. Now, this one's doing extremely well here. This is from Owen Davey. It's his first thing, but he says he's an award-winning illustrator from the UK. So maybe he has an audience already that's bringing this one in here.
Yeah, maybe that's it because I didn't understand why it was doing so well. I don't think it looks bad, but it wasn't gripping either.
It has a unique style,
Yes.
Very
but you
unique.
get caught up in how it looks, I think, over how it plays. I mean, it's a card game. Again, I'm assuming he must just have fans somewhere else, or maybe someone
Yeah.
else can tell us why it's so exciting.
Right.
I don't think it looks bad.
I did really like the action trackers, how they're counting down. I would really like those for like health point dice. Did you
Yeah.
see that? Like that would be great in Kinfire Delve or something. And you're just a hex that you're ticking up or ticking down. Yeah, no, I don't mind this art style. I thought it was intriguing. There's definitely a couple pieces that I really like in here. But for me, like I said, the gameplay just seemed pretty basic. You're gonna kill some monsters and maybe have some take that kind of battle-y cards back and forth, but ultimately just trying to take out these monsters to get points. It seemed pretty straightforward.
That being said, a lot of people are saying good things about it, and
Yeah.
so maybe this will be one I have to play to see. But we'll
Right.
definitely find out when it's published.
Yeah, it would definitely be an interested in trying it,
Yeah.
kind of pick for me.
All right, Fight Deck, high octane fighting card game.
What
They
is
need
this
to
based
tell us
on?
that.
Is this based on a game?
Oh.
No, it definitely doesn't look like Street Fighter at all.
Right.
Oh, right. I see it now.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I saw, what was the one you and I played that was the 1v1 battle style game?
You're not narrowing it
Okay,
down
the video
at all.
game style with combos and all that. Anyway, that's what I like the idea of this. But never,
I would like it more if they weren't so blatantly
Right. I would
doing
rather
the
have a
Street
unique.
Fighter thing. Good grief. I mean, it's one thing to make your font look like it, then to make your
That's
main
really-
character look
Your
like
main
one of the main characters. Come
the
on.
art style, everything. No, it's very on the nose.
Yeah, but I do like the after the wake up round or
Are
whatever.
they
you
all
have
like
to,
that? I don't like the art either.
Really?
Yeah, really. It looks like
has a random.
these look like stills from a anime series.
Yeah, they don't blend in. They don't.
Yeah.
Also, again, they're not wearing anything that remotely you should wear when you fight. Just a heads up.
No. I like the combo idea. That was got a wake up round where you pretty much are you have to try to match the other person.
I don't know. To me, it just seemed pretty TCG card play.
Yes.
So I didn't. Yeah. But again, this is not an art style, a game style, anything that would appeal to me, and well, I wasn't appealed. So.
Well, they appealed to you, but it did not.
I'm going with it.
Funded in
I said what I
17
said.
minutes.
All right. Is it saying it too? It makes me not want to back a Kickstarter when they say these things.
Oh, if they're funded under 20 minutes? Yeah.
Funded period. You don't.
Oh, I agree.
don't care how long it took you.
But again, it's a $4,000 game. It's like,
yeah,
that's
a stupid brag.
if they were like, met our realistic funding goal, then I'm like, yeah, I got your back. But like,
Honesty in advertising does not work, Camilla.
Right.
City of Venus Survivors. So this is
all right, this one took me and Joey on a journey today, a journey to the back room. That sounds weird. Hold on, let me clarify that.
Yes.
So
go on. I was like,
incoming games are kept in the back room, and this looked familiar, and I was like, I think I've seen this, so we went back there, and indeed, not this one is on the shelf, but the predecessor to this one, not the first one. I think it's the second one, and this is the third, because he's done another one.
I got to see if it's...
First of all, his
Wait,
game...
this is from the guy who made Garden Geckos?
Yes.
We played Garden Geckos live.
Did you? It was the best?
we played it live.
You played it live.
It was boring.
Okay. Well, this is the first one here. Can I see up there? The Cities of Venus, the one we have, and this is where you're like building the things in the sky.
Yeah.
And then the second one is...
Oh, hang on, I can only look at one at a time.
I think it said Survivors. But they didn't kickstart that one.
Do we have this back there?
Mm-hmm. It's a different box.
No, which one? No, that's the first one. That's what I'm saying. This is the first one that they kickstarted. There's one in between these two that we don't have, that we have back there.
Why did... I just closed...
Oh, my God. Yeah, see, I did that so many times today. Kickstarter, why'd you do this to us?
why did you change? Never change. Okay.
Never change.
Okay, this is the game now. Cities...
Yes.
Wow,
So
you're
this
right.
is the game.
They look the same, so I closed them both.
So there's 3 games in this, 2 of which it looks like were kickstarted, and that was the whole point of Joey and I going to the back room.
Yeah, that's...
All right.
And this whole gamut, by the way, I really hate that tanks, but no thanks. Either lean into the joke or don't make it in the first place.
No tags.
Yes. Like that. But I mean, come on, guys. You're so close. And then they run a huge gamut of games here. Go from Nutty Squirrels
I will say this. The Garden Geckos, I almost closed the tab again. The
You have to go... You can close this one.
I can't close
You cannot
this
close
tab.
that one.
Okay.
You can close that one. This one, you have to go to the top. Yeah.
Garden Geckos was a good production.
Okay.
It was a boring game, but it was a good production.
That's on the side of the box. But it's
Email me for a quote.
all right, but this one, I like the idea of a simultaneous polyomino type thing. I'm like, okay, I think it looks very cute. It seems very expensive for a polyomino game, but I'm sure it's maybe Planet Unknown style or whatever.
How much is it?
Like $100 or something, isn't it?
I did like the varying actions as well.
Canadian.
Oh, yeah.
Where
good
like
point.
these little cards you're getting are ways that you can use the dice that you roll each turn to activate them, and obviously those cards are going to switch out as the game goes, things like that. There were some definitely interesting parts in the game.
Yeah.
And I will say, so this led us to opening the box in the back, and the minis looked fantastic.
Yeah, really
in it.
nice
So,
production.
like you were
Which
saying
one
on
do
the
we have in the
production,
back?
not the one we looked here, the other one. I think it's Survivors, maybe.
Is that what it is? It's a big box.
I said think, not that I know.
She knows.
Is it? It's just been sitting there? I could be playing it this whole time?
I think it's new. I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, it's top shelf,
Yeah.
second from the left.
Wow. Very specific.
I found it earlier today.
I don't know where
Don't look back.
Don't do it.
This
The horror miniatures game.
This made me realize this is like obviously miniatures, but there's not a horror miniature game, which surprised me. I'm like, I haven't seen not that I've seen. I'm sure there's out there. But this is like
spreading that wide brush.
But this right here,
There's a game called Horror Clicks.
Oh yeah, I ignore all games called clicks. But this one, I mean, it's neat. You're pretty much running around I don't know, in the camp.
Does everything have to be
Yes.
homage anymore? Like that cover there, that Facility 86, is definitely half Stranger Things and half Choose Your Own Adventure.
Yes.
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
Do your own thing.
You can't.
Don't look back at other stuff.
There's no more ideas out there.
Yeah, I think I was most sad too that this is a miniatures game, and I kept thinking, well, maybe there's some board game. Nope, it is straight a miniatures game. And
so you have monsters fighting monsters, or is it survivors fighting
Survivors
monsters?
fighting monsters. I think, and then you are measuring your...
You are, yeah. No, it is a full miniatures game, which, I mean, cool that they know what they are and they're embracing that. Just made me personally sad because that's not a game
Not loving
that I
the
play.
art. All right, anyway, there you go,
Yeah.
miniatures game. Coral Castle, which if you're looking for it, is about 10
Have you
minutes from
guys
here.
been there? Have you been there?
His family just went.
Did they?
Did you go?
Thought
He
they
didn't
did.
go,
No,
I
didn't
guess.
go. Oh,
Not you, I
no,
was
they
talking
went to
him.
Monkey Jungle.
Did you like Monkey Jungle? I haven't been
No.
there either.
Waste of money.
Oh.
Were there monkeys?
There was, but then we went on a cruise and I saw so many more monkeys. It was such a better
Yes,
deal.
but I didn't get to do that one on the cruise. So if I couldn't do that one on the cruise because we're not going
Monkey
there next
Jungle's
year.
not worth it. You don't get to hold the monkeys or
What?
anything.
Oh, it's
They're-
trash.
No, you're in the cage in Monkey Jungle. Like, no, I'm serious.
And
It's
the
like a
monkeys are
jungle,
outside looking at you.
and the monkeys are climbing all over the cage, and so you can look through and see them if they decide to show up that day. Also, it's really expensive. Anyway, we have a thing nearby called
hate
Coral
this.
Castle, which is some
I saw that.
woo, how this guy built this little
It was
castle
like a
out of
love
coral.
castle or something. Okay, by that I meant
He
it was
built it
like
for his wife.
I love yeah, there.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Anyhow, I can see a lot of it over the walls when we drive by, so I have no
Yeah.
desire to pay the $30 a person to get in there.
Oh, I wonder if Google Maps if you can do like the top down view. And I'll be like done. I've done Coral Castle.
I was on the first night before I really knew you well. Somebody posted, you should go to Coral Castle in Miami. And you responded, no one should ever go to Coral Castle in Miami.
It looks so boring. And anytime I ask old people, who are the only people who go, I'm like, is it good? They're like, well, there's actually some really interesting
There's
history.
some interesting history. Yeah,
Like,
it's
that's
the
not
non.
enough.
Yeah, it's the non-answer. That's great. How about this Coral Castle?
Yeah, sorry, we got wigged off.
Yes.
Okay.
It's better than Monkey Jungle.
This one, it looks, card drafting, trying to get the best combination of cards in your hands. I love Fantasy Realms and a lot of those other styles.
It's a lot of just like moving up tracks like circular tracks, right? Like you go to the end and you get something great, and then you go back and you just move up those tracks with a drafting game. Drafting mechanism.
I could have sworn we saw this
Oh,
at
This
Level
is
Up.
interesting. Yes, I was going to tell you.
Yes.
I was going to tell you. This is like a
Yes.
completely different game than his first.
I know
Okay.
this person. Okay, so the first game, Paper Trail, was a deduction game in
Super
which
neat
kids
theme.
are passing notes around in class, and you have to
Yes.
figure out who has the note at any given point in time. You're like,
Yeah.
you have it, Joey. It was good. It could have been better.
Yeah.
This one looks much better than that one, actually. Yeah, I hope.
I love the theme of the first one. I thought it was super cute. I mean, just so nostalgic, passing the notes and all the note folding, different ways to
Yeah, you
fold
could
it.
throw a note, but then you make more noise.
Yeah,
It was a fun theme.
That's fun. This one's cool. I think it's really aesthetically pleasing. Like you're building the coral as you go. Because when you get to the end of the track, you'll see here you get to put your color coral down, but then you go to the front of the track again. And so you're going
That's
up.
kinda neat.
So there's I think 3 tracks, and you're going up each of them, dropping your color coral. And like I said, the base mechanism here is drafting, where you're going to draft these cards, and it's going to combo as you go up one track. It might trigger another track. It's going to trigger you getting more resources, et cetera, et cetera. So kind of a combo-y feel to it as well.
Do you like the framing on the cards?
Interesting.
No, I do not. That's one thing I know. I'm like, it's almost like it's partially there. I just need something else.
Like,
I don't
mean,
mind it.
I wouldn't have minded, but the top part's what's throwing me off, right? I mean, I guess looking at it from a distance, it's okay.
Yeah.
I need to see him closer. It just feels like there's a lot of white space on that
It does
card.
give a very clear line of like, and here is the text.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it separates the picture away from it. So I think visually that's really helpful since you are drafting them for those symbols or the text. It is kind of keeps the focus there. So I do like that part.
it's very easy to read.
But I don't love those shells. I don't know. That definitely, looking at it in the actual picture, it just kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, Mall Madness or something from the 80s.
Party
Just that, like
favors.
kind of, or Party
Yeah.
Favors, that plastic feel. But anyway, that being said, it is not the game I expected when I first pulled up this project, and I was pleasantly surprised the more I looked.
I don't know. I don't love when companies do this, when they like, hey, this is better than Sushi Go and Seven Wonders. Just tell me about the game. Don't tell me it's better than other games.
I don't know if they're saying it's better, though, are they? They're just saying if you like Seven Wonders, it's easier to teach. Doesn't make it a better game. It's just given that frame
It's
of
true that
reference.
they don't want to say it's better than Seven Wonders. but it's easier to teach. I don't
Right.
know.
I mean, I think they're picking one thing for reference point.
All right. We're almost done here. The modular gaming. It seems like we talk about a gaming table every week now.
Wyrmwood just had one. Like, we were going to talk about it when you were gone in December. So it was 2 months ago.
Honestly, now that I see that there's only 16 backers, I probably shouldn't have even put this on the list.
Whoa.
16 backers, 60,000. I mean, that's, if you do the math there, that's some pretty expensive tables.
2,500 is the cheapest one.
Now, have you ever seen a Wyrmwood table?
I am now. Okay, I'm sure they're gorgeous.
They are incredible. Like craftsmanship, they're gorgeous. They are kind of like the top tier of gaming tables. But
oddly enough, I don't think they're the best. But I agree that their quality is high.
Yes, okay, that's what you mean by it.
I would put one in my house because it's not my style, and I don't care how. It's hard to explain. I want the gaming part of it to be better, and Wyrmwood is more about is the table good quality.
Correct. Yes, I agree with that. I agree. Yeah.
Now they are getting better, and it's again, it's very odd.
But that being said, I mean, they're pumping out these Kickstarters, and I don't know if or these crowdfunding.
Well, they said in
know.
their very open blog that you should only read if you don't their YouTube channel, which you should only watch if you don't want to get mad at a company. Where they're very open about everything, and they're like just laid off 50 people, and they're not doing as well. They said.
Yeah, it might be a PR problem here. They're kind of hurting themselves. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's pretty though.
They are gorgeous tables.
CATAN Masterpiece Series. So now this is the official upgrade. You always have to be careful because lots of people make unofficial ones, and I'm serious. There is quite a few of those. So this is yet another upgrade to CATAN. I mean, CATAN has been upgraded so many times. They sell a big box.
Yes.
That has not acrylic.
The 3D printed, or not 3D printed.
Not 3D printed.
Tiles.
I forget what they're made out of, but yeah, plastic.
Yeah.
Tiles. This one is different. It's like acrylic, basically.
Some of them, right? Like because it has wood on the bottom, or you can get the acrylic or any mix. You can like build your own package.
Yeah, the painted wood. I'm like, those look cheap. The resin ones.
What's interesting is I think the painted wood looks very rustic and classy, but it almost takes it somehow the quality of the game down.
Would you play with that metal set?
I would not play on those acrylic tiles. I think they are super tacky.
I think they're trying to go for elegant, and I think it's like chess sets always kind of oh, look how gorgeous this is while we play. I mean, honestly, the 3D tiles intrigue me more than these.
Well, and I also thought this was interesting that it's not leaning into one thing. Like they have a wooden, they have acrylic, and they have plastic, and they have this. Right. It's kind of like, what do you want and what material? You know?
Yeah. I do like that though. The different like Egypt and all that. The different
Interesting.
styles.
So this is really doing well. 375,000 with 1,200 backers, and then I was just looking down here at the things. This one here, 500 people are just backing it for $1 because they're going to build it themselves, which means then at the amount, unless those people added it in ahead of time, which they may not have, you can add. There might be a whole lot more money coming in. I don't like the acrylic one that much. I think it looks cheap. It looks cool, but if I told you pay $200, I'd be like,
no.
Nah.
I would absolutely use those acrylics for the sea around. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, those are
and
pretty.
then give me wooden tiles or a different texture tile for the different lands, something like that. I do like that the number on each tile fits in, so it's like carved out and it actually fits in so that it's gonna be flush on the hex. I like that. There's a lot I really like about this. Maybe that's it. Maybe I would just want to customize it and go, with a wooden acrylic on the outside and wooden on the middle. I don't know, but I'd want to see it. This would be a buy at a convention and make my own package there.
Would this make you go above a 5, Tom? I saw you just dropped.
Shush. No, this is a weird one because I don't want to I'm not trying to bag on Catan. I know it's a great game for many people.
Yeah.
It just really died down for me. But I'm a big upgrader to things in the library. I just can't see me saying, you know what, we need a resin robber.
I do really like those gemstones. Okay, so Hunch Punch here says that it was set up at PAX U. What?
Sorry, just laughing at Hunch Punch.
Hunch Punch. Hunch Punch says it's very eye-catching in person. I think that's what it would take for me is I would need to see this at person, and then in person I'd be like, okay, now I'm on board with the acrylic, or I want wood here, acrylic here. I want,
enough people
that's
have
what sell me.
done it, that's for sure. So sparkle resin frames. Those ships are great.
Yeah, those look really nice.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll see this in person soon enough, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, that is it for board games. Let's take a look at a couple projects that are not board games. Remember, if you have a weird project you found, send it to tom@dicetower.com because I like weird projects.
You do. That's about to be.
We have 3. Here we go. First one. Spoke. Touch sensing made simple.
Yeah,
So
I
have
was
you-
still lost.
Have you felt like your sense of touch is your worst sense?
I have.
Have
Well,
you
that's
played?
not true because it's definitely your sense of smell.
That is true.
But
Coffee. This one's really, I mean, I love the video. The guy's like, I'm going to play this banana. It's just.
And
it
this
is the second
tree.
project named
And-
Spoke. We had Spokes.
Oh,
didn't
we did. Oh, that's really funny. That's funny. I could see this having some use in like a classroom. Well, they have like a build your own kit, which would be cool, like in a classroom setting. But also, they at some point do it where they set it up like a buzzer. You know, like if you're doing a game show or something like that. So I was like, other than that, I have no idea
100%
what I would ever
though,
do with
I would have
this.
spent hours on this when I was in high school.
Oh,
Yes.
This would have been one of those
Uh-huh.
things where when you finish your homework, the teacher's like in the back of the class, it spoke. And I've been like this and click it and make it sound. I'd be like,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
am a technology god. I would have been so proud of myself.
It reminds me of high school. I used to keep a squeaker in my pocket and for elevators. So I'd push a button and make it squeak, and I'd look at the guy and go, that's weird. And they'd always go over and push it. I'm like, it just happened once. It was little things I do for
When did
me.
you stop doing this?
I don't know, just more recently than I wanted to admit.
All right. Also, Experience of Seoul
What is
Japan
this?
Traditional Tatami Reimagined.
This made me really sad, actually.
What is this exactly?
Why did it make you sad?
Tatami? So,
Oh, I told her a story. Yeah.
well, yeah, he told me a story in the middle, which was extremely sad too. But no, it made me sad because the whole video is all about like it's this dying art, and so we're trying to preserve it for generations. It's this, huge part of our culture. Sales are down like 4,000% in the last years, and so we're
Wow.
trying something new, and so we're going to make these little cell phone, holders and this and that just to preserve the
they're kinda
history.
cool.
Yeah, they are. I'm just saying, like, I'm not dissing the project at all. I'm just saying I felt really bad. I was like, oh, maybe,
thought it was
maybe I
neat.
need coasters.
I felt bad
It's like,
because
oh.
I went through looking for wireless charging because every single one was like a phone. I'm like, oh, this would be pretty cool. It
You
looks.
should keep to squeaking in elevators.
Joey's at an
That's your
antique
strength.
shop and like,
Yeah.
here's a 1,000-year-old vase. And Joey's like, where's the USB port?
Right. Does it connect to Wi-Fi?
Yeah. How is this one doing, by the way?
It's funding, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's pretty much kind of keep this little traditional shop open. Is
Good.
the
I
point.
applaud
Yeah.
this.
I have nothing wrong with this project. It just made me sad for them. I'm like, no, don't die. Oh,
Do you have anything wrong with the next project?
oh, what was it?
Pup Pinata.
No, it's
Oh
just
my
dumb.
goodness.
Oh my gosh.
That's fantastic.
The idea, okay, I would
Oh.
like to actually have like 30 dogs sitting there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Smash a pinata full of milk bones and watch the chaos. That would be so fun.
Oh my gosh. You can do that at a dog park. Just take a
You just
pocket
could
full and
do
just
it.
like throw them out. Right.
Wait,
you don't
you've
need.
done this?
I'm saying I could. No, I
I don't know
don't.
if the other owners would love
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Yeah, no, you can't do that. But oof, this is
Wow.
You can just
not
buy, by the
needed.
way, a pinata if you want.
correct.
And
Yes.
I don't think it's a good thing to teach your dogs to break something open.
No,
to get stuff
I know.
out.
Yeah.
That seems
There
like
might be
the opposite
something,
of
right.
good training.
Yes.
You ever
I
see a
agree.
round object, definitely destroy it.
Yeah.
There might be treats inside.
This falls in that category of I love dogs. They are not humans.
Right.
No.
They don't need to do everything humans do.
Right.
So
I
They
agree.
also love pets and loves and snuggles. They don't need pinatas to make their life worth it.
That
that's
is
true. The
You
dog-
know.
we have pinata for Jimmy's birthday. Dog sitting in the corner. I don't remember. You get me.
They
one of those.
hate me. Right. Yeah. He's over there plotting against
Big
you.
jerk.
Yeah.
Oh, David says no dog would ever pass the stick. Give me that stick. Give it.
I love Mike Heller. I thought the dog was the pinata. Whew.
Yeah, no, we're not that cruel.
Wow.
I don't think I would. No, I don't think I would have put that one in the thing. All right, let's take a look at picks of the week, starting with Mr. Mike Delisio.
Hey there, everybody. It's Mike Delisio, and although I haven't really been making a big deal out of it, I've actually been backing a lot less Kickstarters in the last several months, and so this week was interesting because I'm actually backing two of the projects that we're covering this week. I backed the Nanty Narking expansion, the Cthulhu expansion, but my pick of the week is my other game I'm backing, and that is Falling from Sunny Bird, a publisher out of Japan. So, of course, very on brand. I understand that I'm shocking nobody here, but this is a publisher that has only, to my knowledge, produced small, very small card games, things along those lines. So, for this to be a large-scale game, and also for them to be partnering with Capstone to bring this to English-speaking audiences, I think is really interesting. The game looks very compelling to me, but I'm even more excited about the fact that we're getting more of this collaboration, distribution between parts of the world that you don't always see getting represented here in North America. So really, really excited about Falling.
All right. All right, anyone have a pick of the week that I'm going to do? I'll go first since y'all are still hesitating. I'm going to say Suriya.
Oh, it's a good pick.
Because I think this one looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the miniatures. I like the idea of deck building because I love deck building.
Yeah.
So that's
if
it.
you go like halfway through the video, it starts showing the
Comes out quick.
gameplay a little bit.
You learn in 22 minutes. It's nice.
Yeah.
That was 15 minutes.
Nah.
So it's 5 minutes up, 10-minute learning curve.
I like it.
That play
Looks
through is
good.
22 minutes. That's what
You
I'm
know
going
what I
with.
think? I wonder if a 10-minute learning curve, coming back to that, if that means you can teach the game in 10 minutes, not it will take you that long to learn from the rule book or watch.
Oh, for sure. No, I think that's, yeah.
Not watch a video. That's 22 minutes.
Okay.
You're still salty.
Is this your pick of the week, too?
Jeez.
No, it is not.
Then what is your pick?
Blasphemous.
You cannot learn that in 10 minutes.
Because Metroidvania's got me. Dice forging has got me. The minis are good. I like the whole map going around. I mean, I do wish there was a standee option or like a token option. I think I'd be more interested, but it's just. And again, this is barbaric people, right? Well, sorry, they made barbaric. They're
Yes,
not actual
correct.
barbaric people.
You don't know that. We cannot confirm nor
Okay,
deny.
I actually did not know that's what
They
you meant. Now,
Okay.
they look bad. I don't know if they're barbarians.
They are barbaric.
Anyway, this looks really. I love the idea of this, so I really hope it delivers.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is mine.
Cool. I'm going to go with Castle Coral Castle. Not sure which one it is. Stalling until we see Coral Castle. I'm going to go with Coral
Really?
Castle. This one just kept bringing me back in. You know, I was very hesitant. Mermaid themes are. I love underwater themes. I do not care for mermaids, generally speaking.
What if mermaids are monsters? Do you like those?
You like that,
I like
right?
that. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. That's probably one of my favorites. Yes, and so, but like, you know, this very kitty, kind of girly, kind of pretty look just is not really one. But the more I was reading into the drafting here, the going up the tracks and kind of the comboing between the tracks and trying to get your timing right. You know, you're going to draft your cards, but choose the order you play them out in so you can really maximize that combo. It kept just bringing me in more and more with this simple gameplay here. So I'm super intrigued by this one.
It does look good.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that is it for another Crowdsurfing episode. We'll have some more live stuff for you tomorrow.
Yes.
We have the board game news in the morning. We have the next episode of our role-playing game, The Four Coins, continuing. Chris has regained consciousness.
Oh, he woke up. Whoops.
And then tomorrow afternoon, not live, but we have a premiere of the live top 10 we did at Dice Tower West.
Yes.
Our top 10 board game wishes.
Number 2 will shock you.
It actually will.
All right.
All right. Anyway, until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Camilla.
And I'm Joy Evans.
See y'all next time.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us for that video. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hey, make sure you check out what's happening where I'll cover an app on an iOS or a Switch device, and you can check it out along with me. Thanks very much. You've been watching The Dice Tower.